I'm Kendall Montgomery, and this is Ultimate Concealed Carry News. Our top story. The Second Amendment protects the people's right to keep and bear arms. But does that include everyone? Some say the physically disabled are discriminated against when it comes to carrying guns. Others say they should be.
How many of those AK-47s?
Carrie McWilliams is an avid gun collector.
Oh, that's nice.
Hunts bear and alligator and holds concealed weapons permits in North Dakota and Utah. What sets Carrie McWilliams apart from many other men in Fargo, North Dakota? Carrie is blind. Disabled rights groups are torn on the issue of blind gun permits. Some would argue the Americans with Disabilities Act specifically allows blind gun permits. Blind gun permits are currently being issued in Iowa along with blind concealed carry licenses. But musician and gun control advocate Stevie Wonder says this is unreasonable. Imagine me with a gun. It's just crazy. Political commentator Ben Ferguson argues not every blind person in America has the resources that Stevie Wonder has.
The one time I tried to meet Stevie Wonder in Memphis, Tennessee on Beale Street, guess what? He had security guards that were around him to protect him. So the guy who has security guards, it's a lot easier for him to not have a gun.
So should blind people be allowed concealed carry permits? Should they only be allowed to keep firearms in their home for protection? Or should they not be allowed access to firearms at all? Be a part of the debate. Post your thoughts on the matter, leave a comment below, or click here. A stick-up man got more than he bargained for when he tried to rob a liquor store in Marionville, Missouri. An attempted armed robbery doesn't go as planned when a would-be robber pulls a gun on a liquor store clerk, John Lewis Alexander, a 30-year-old military veteran. Alexander pushes away the robber's handgun and draws his pistol in seconds.
And I pulled my weapon up and put it up against his mouth and told him, "You need to get out of here before I blow your head off." Backed right on out the door. You never know exactly what to do, just hope you do the right thing.
No one was hurt in the altercation, and the store's owners told local news outlets that they were happy with Alexander's actions.
I think it's a situation where everybody has to determine what they're capable of handling. I wouldn't recommend everybody do it. You have to have a little training to be able to do stuff like that.
Authorities are still searching for the suspect. In the meantime, Alexander says he's ready if anyone tries to rob him again. When most states are doing everything they can to scale back the amount of access their citizens have to guns, the state of Texas has in recent months taken efforts to ensure qualified citizens are able to carry and keep carrying.
You should be able to carry your handgun anywhere in this state.
Here's a quick look at just a few of the new laws that took effect on September 1st and how Texas is making it easier to carry concealed. Current CHL permit holders no longer have to retake the class, but can renew their license with an online registration and fee. Classes to qualify for a CHL in Texas will be reduced from 10 to 12 hours to 4 to 6 hours. Guns will be allowed on all campuses as long as they are locked in the car when on campus. There will no longer be a distinction of what type of gun you are allowed to carry that reflects what you qualified with. The accidental display of a firearm by a CHL holder has been changed from a failure to conceal to an accidental display. And finally, the Texas DPS is currently creating programs for CHL instructors to train school employees on tactics to stop a live shooter scenario. New York's tough new gun law, the SAFE Act, is making gun manufacturers in New York, such as Remington Arms, look at leaving their small towns in upstate New York for more gun-supporting states.
We've been in business since 1816, one of the longest continuous manufacturing businesses in the world. We think we do it right.
In a state that's home to a major hunting and target shooting industry, many New York gun makers find themselves losing customers as a result of some of their product lines now being labeled illegal. Pressure continues to mount from lawmakers and consumers alike for these manufacturers to relocate to other states, but relocating would mean the loss of jobs for many in the town of Ilion, where the factory is a way of life.
We live here in Ilion, and how are we going to survive if they leave?
We don't have anything else but Remington and hospitals and human service agencies, and that's all we really consist of. People wouldn't really have any jobs.
Relocation wouldn't just mean jobs, it might also be the end of this historic town.
In a climate economically where they should be hostile to any industry. Downstaters and Albany, a lot of them didn't seem to care about the people's future in this area.
Other gun manufacturers are already making the move to more friendly states because of the controversy. In Rockland County this summer, Carr Firearms Group announced that it would be abandoning the couple hundred acres it was eyeing for an expansion and instead moving to Pennsylvania to a 620-acre spot just 30 miles from the New York border. The firm will locate its headquarters there and within a few years have about 100 executive, technical, and manufacturing jobs at the new site. We felt we just had to go to a more friendly place where we are not burdened by the uncertainty of law, said Frank Harris, the firm's Vice President of Sales and Marketing. At this time, Remington Arms have made no official statement. The workers remain hopeful. I'm Kendall Montgomery. Thank you for watching. Stay connected. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter.